asana we have the Purvottanasana. So Purva, which means the front side or the east side. So the Purvottanasana, we're gonna work on the expansion of the front part of the body, especially our chest, our collarbone, clavicle, our shoulder, our abdominal region, our front of the thighs, especially to the all the way from the tip of the toes to the knee to the hips to the shoulders, completely expanding the front part of the body. But it's required really the stability of our back muscles, the strong thighs, strong core muscles, strong shoulders and arm strength to performing this position. And those are people suffering with the back pain. It can be a little bit challenging for them because when we're lifting our buttocks high, it requires a more strong, more power from our spine. So those are having already the back pain, it can be a little bit uncomfortable for them. It can stress the back so much. So we'll see how we can do some variation for the people, for the different type of the body, different type of the disease. So let's see for the Purvottanasana. So we place the hands behind our buttocks, like a little away from the buttocks, or we can take the measurement as well. So we place the hands like close to the buttocks in this position, for example, outside of the hip, outside of the sitting bone, and then you drop the elbow down. So where you drop the elbow down, so you see that point, we're going to place our palm, the heel of the palm in that point. So where is the elbow, lift yourself up and you place the heel of the palm there. So the measurement. So fingers pointing completely forward, a little bit backwards. Yeah, fingers separate in this position. So you press the hands in this position and straight the arms first. Yeah, nicely maintain the expansion of the chest region and the shoulders moving backward in this position. Stay there for a bit. So you're keeping the arms straight, biceps rolling outward in this position, which will really help you to make the stretch from the sides of the chest, the pectoral major, pectoral minor, to broaden the sides of the chest and the inner armpit in this position. So you keep the chest high, nicely draw the shoulder blade together, stay there for a bit, draw the shoulder blade together, nicely opening the chest by fixing the back ribs into the body in this position, raising the navel up and sternum high towards the ceiling, and you can just look in front of you. Now we come a little bit down to the legs, so we make a plantar flexion in this position, pointing the toes forward. And then now as we get into the asana, so we're not just jump into the asana lifting from the lower spine. So we lift from the bottom. So we're pointing the toes forward, pressing the hands strongly, shoulders moving backward, chest fully open. Now as you inhale, lift from the tailbone, try to raise the tailbone up, lifting the tailbone high. Yes, lifting the lower spine up, fixing the back ribs nicely into the body and moving the shoulder back. And if somebody feel comfortable here, they can drop the head back. Otherwise, somebody feeling uncomfortable for the neck, they can look up or look front or look at the toes or look at the belly where they feel comfortable. Somebody have tension on the cervical, they can look front, otherwise they can drop the head back. Pressing the toes strongly on the floor and pushing the hip forward to the front of the mat and rolling the shoulder backward. So in this position, I'm going to help a little bit in this position so she can stay a little bit longer here. So I support with my calf muscle here to lifting her legs high, and I'm using my hand to pull the shoulder blade back towards the sitting bone, so which will help us to opening the chest a little bit more, and I'm shifting her weight a little bit on my arms, on my feet, so she can be a little stable here. So we're trying to lift the shoulder blade, fix the shoulder blade nicely into the body in this position, chest fully open, shoulder goes backward, extension on the front of the neck, and drop the head back. We'll stay there for a bit, keep pressing the toes, keep pushing the knees down and pressing the toes strongly on the floor. We hold a few breaths. Then as we exhale, first you stay here, lift your buttocks higher, press the toes. I'm going to slowly release my hand, release my feet, and very gently back to the floor. So this is a strengthening position. It requires so much back strength, our glutes strength, thigh strength, knee strength, ankle strength, shoulder strength, the entire body, the posterior body completely strengthening in this position, and nice expansion from the front of the body. So let's see if somebody finding very difficult to open the chest in this position, so we can do some variation. So first variation we're going to do with the brick. So as we place the brick underneath the palm, it's going to be a little bit more easier for us to press the toes especially. So when you press the toes, we get the more stability in this asana. So we place the brick behind her back so that she can place her hands on the brick. So as she place the hands on the brick in this position, you point your toes forward. Let's see how she going to get into the asana, pointing the toes. So see, we'll be more comfortable here. As we inhale, lifting the tailbone up, so trying to move the tailbone in this position. Yeah, pushing the tailbone towards the pubic plate. Very good. Chest lifted upward, fixing the back ribs into the body, drawing the shoulder blade together, and moving the tip of the shoulder away from the sides of the chest and pressing the toes strongly. Drop the head backward. So trying to rolling the legs internally and pressing the ball of a big toe strongly on the floor here and stretching the front of the leg and trying to push the knees down and lifting the tailbone high as much possible. Push the tailbone like in towards the pubic plate as much possible. Shoulder back. If you're comfortable, drop the head backward and lifting the chest higher. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly drop the buttocks down and very gently back to the floor. Release. Now, let's see the second variation. For example, somebody having the back pain people and feeling a lot of stress on their back. So what we can do one more variation here. With the bent knees, which is like a beginner way, so which become more easy to get into the Purvottanasana. So basically in that position we lose some benefits. For example, the flexion of the ankle, which doesn't give so much stretch on the ankle. But yeah, we can get in this asana very easily. So we bend the knees in this position. I want you to place your hands again behind your buttocks, away from the buttocks. Yeah, point pressing the toes. As you do the hub bridge pose, the same way. Inhale, press the feet, press the palm, and lift the buttocks high, lifting from the tailbone. Yes, that movement, very good. Lifting the tailbone higher, your lower spine high, keeping the glutes a little tight, buttocks rolling back to the back of the knees here, and lifting the chest high and shoulder moving back. If you feel comfortable in this position, you can dropping the head backward, or otherwise somebody suffering with a neck pain or some stress on the cervical, you can just look front, and then exhale slowly down back to the floor. Release. All right, let's see the last one, the last variation, which is going to be the really super comfortable for everyone, and for them especially those who have the weak arm strength, or as well as having the back issues, or finding difficult to opening the chest. So for that we're going to use the chair. So I want you to please stand up. So we have the chair, as we already used the chair in some last asanas. So let me explain you quickly about the chair. This is the seat of the chair, the backrest of the chair, the front leg of the chair, the back leg of the chair. All right. So let's see how is he going to use the chair. So I keep the chair facing towards you, right, like that. On the center, on the one side of the mat. Now, please. So I take the one blanket here to just to fill the space on our lumbar region. So I fold the blanket and I keep the blanket on the back of the chair like that. So which will really help us supporting her back and the arch, the lower spine especially. So now I want you to please get inside of the chair. So one by one, take the leg inside the chair. Yeah, take your time. Now, once you bring the buttocks a little bit on the seat of the chair, like, yeah, and very gently roll backward, and then drop the hands down on the floor, yeah, by using the handle of the chair, and keep the hands very near of the legs of the chair, pressing the palm and fingers separate in this position. But I want you to move your buttocks a little bit this side. Yeah, pull the tailbone on the back, on the like edge of the chair. Yeah, which will really help us to like making this action like tilting the buttocks, the pelvic like posteriorly. So you're pressing the hands a little bit in this position underneath the shoulder. Yeah, pressing the hands and you slowly straight your leg and feet together. Pressing the toes strongly on the floor in this position, thighs and knees rolling inward, and you're going to press the knees down in this position strongly to stretching the hip flexure, the psoas in this position, pressing the toes here. So maintaining that nice and sharp action from the toes to the ankle, ankle to the knee, knee to the hip flexure, from the hip flexure to the chest region in this position, to the shoulder, chest fully expand here, shoulders move backward. And if you feel comfortable, you can drop the head back in this position if you feel comfortable. Otherwise, somebody having neck pain, look front or keep the head higher. Or if you feel really comfortable, you can dropping the head back in this position, nicely stretching the front of the neck. So as well as, so front of the neck from the big toes to all the way to the back of the neck, completely fully expand the anterior body. So nice extension from the toes to the front of the neck, and contracting the back muscles in this position to opening the chest as much possible, and trying to expand the abdominal region in this position here, and chest fully open and shoulder moving back and dropping the head backward. We hold this position for a bit. So here it doesn't require so much arm strength, so it's become a little bit more comfortable because we have the support of the chair for our back. The chair is holding our weight up. So we can adjusting our each and every part of the body in this position. We take a few breaths here. As you release, you just bend the knees first and hold the backrest of the chair and pull yourself a little bit up very gently. Sit on the center of the chair. Let me pull the blanket. Yeah, sit on the a little bit, stay there for a bit, and then slowly you can take your legs out one by one, and then relax. So let's see the second adjustment. We can use the strap for that. So first I use my hand, my feet to hold her up. So now this time I'm going to use the strap. So I fold the strap twice. So please, I want you to come into the position, lifting from the tailbone, yes, up, then lower spine, then upper back high as much possible, pressing the toes. So I have the strap here. I take the strap and I adjust the strap on her sacrum spine, not on the lower spine. If you adjust on the lower spine, it will stress, make a big arch here. So what I do here is hold a second. So I adjust the strap on the sacrum spine, this position. So in this position, I bend my knee a little bit. I'm trying to pull her leg towards me in this position. So she will have the less pressure on the lower region, lower back, and she can easily press her toes, and as well as working on the expansion of the anterior body in this position. So I pull her in this position. So also for the person who is assisting, they can try with a bend knee, make the back straight, or they are like shorter person, so just straight the arms in this position, like lifting higher. But those are very taller, so they can bend the knees using the arms, like pulling upward in this position. You good? So here we take a few breaths. As we exhale, I very gently lower her down